Hello everybody and welcome to the Kansas Speedway for the 2005 NASCAR Cup Series Banquet 400 in our 2005 and 2003 season. Roush Racing has locked out the front two rows of this race. Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle, Carl Edwards, and Mark Martin starting 1, 2, 3, 4 here in Kansas and are off to a great start to try to get their fourth win of the season, as they've won twice with Kurt Busch already, once with Greg Biffle, now trying to get Carl Edwards, Mark Martin, or Matt Kenseth into victory lane of their 5 Fords this season. As early Matt Kenseth takes the lead here on lap 1. He's trying to break an incredibly long 2.5 season winless streak here and has not won since he won the title in 2002, has not won since then. It has been a minute since Matt Kenseth has been in victory lane. Carl Edwards, though, the rookie, and a 99 behind him, trying to take the lead away and throw himself into the conversation for the playoffs. But Kenseth leads the way early here in Kansas. Now on lap 26, Kenseth continuing to lead. Just lapped Terry Labonte in the 44, now lapping the 4 machine of Mike Wallace as they go through 1 and 2. The caution has come out on the racetrack. Yellow is out. Trouble. What has happened? As you look through the field here, looks like there is some damage on the back bumper of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Indeed, Mark Martin lapping Dale Jr. just dumps him, wrecks Earnhardt to the outside wall, and your defending champion is destroyed here in Kansas. Absolute disaster for Dale Earnhardt Jr. as his struggling start to the year continues here in Kansas. Now we get back underway on lap number 57. Going to be a little under 20 to go in this opening stage of racing. Tony Stewart, now your Richmond winner, takes the lead on the inside of Carl Edwards and has now broken the Roush stranglehold of the lead of this race here in Kansas as Stewart tries to get his second win of the season and still going after that first NASCAR Nextel Cup Series championship. As behind him, how about Kurt Busch looking for win number 3 on the year? He's looking for second on Carl Edwards. Sterling Marlin running back and forth. And Mark Martin, another Roush machine with no back bumper, by the way. Mark Martin running inside the top 5 here in Kansas, having a great day today. But Tony Stewart leading this race on the 58 now. Here we are, just about 4-5-ish to go here in stage 1. Stewart has the lead, but Carl Edwards to the back bumper gets Stewart up the racetrack with a little bit of arrow move right there. Edwards gets to the inside of that left rear quarter panel of Stewart. Now side by side for the lead here, coming to the end of stage 1. Can Carl Edwards take the stage win away from Tony Stewart as he's taking the lead away? Let's see if he can hold on. Edwards to the lead here, coming to just 4 to go in stage 1 here in Kansas. Edwards in the lead now. Here we are, last stop of stage. Edwards leading, catching Dale Earnhardt Jr. to put him another lap down. Gets held up, and Stewart swings low. Here comes the 20. Tony Stewart to the inside of Carl Edwards for the lead in the stage win. Earnhardt goes middle, then blocks Carl Edwards on the high side through 3 and 4. And Tony Stewart is going to steal stage 1 from the Roush teams. And Stewart wins stage 1 here at Kansas. Carl Edwards second, Sterling Marlin, Casey Mears, and Elliott Sadler the top 5, followed by Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, Mark Martin, and Ricky Rudd the top 10. So there you go. Tony Stewart beats Carl Edwards with the help of Dale Earnhardt Jr. to win stage 1. Now in stage 2, on lap number 95 on the 96, Matt Kenseth is now taking the lead away from Edwards and Stewart. And on lap 126, the 16 of Greg Biffle, one of the formidable Roush Fords, has had a camshaft failure and is out of this race. And now we move on to lap 146. Jeff Gordon has just taken the lead of this race off a pit strategy here in this second stage of racing. He has got a almost 8-second lead back to Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards, trying to pull this different pit strategy off to bring home the stage win, but more importantly the 10 stage points that Jeff Gordon desperately needs to get back in the top 16 to make the playoffs. As here we are on lap 164. Got about 2 to go in stage 2 here at Kansas. Jeff Gordon got his lead has shrunk to 2.5 seconds. Can he hold on these last couple laps? Oh, but there's kind of trouble under the wall as the 0-2 of Brandon Ash has gone crashing to the outside wall, and the caution will come out, which will end stage 2 as they cross the line. And Jeff Gordon gets his first stage win of the season, winning stage 2 here in Kansas off some great pit strategy and a very conveniently timed caution flag for Brandon Ash getting dumped in turn 3. So Gordon gets the stage victory. Carl Edwards, a runner-up in both stage 1 and now stage 2. Third place going to be Matt Kenseth. Fourth going to be Casey Mears. Kurt Busch runs to the top 5. Then it's going to be Tony Stewart 6th, followed by Jimmy Johnson, Elliott Sadler, Jeremy Mayfield, and Mark Martin in the top 10. So Stewart takes stage 1, Gordon takes stage 2 here in Kansas. Now on to the final stage of racing here on lap 169. So about 100 to go. It is now just Edwards and Gordon, the only two here, bringing us to the green flag on this restart, side by side in the front row. Gordon goes slow as they're slow here. A big sack up as they go through, and there's something that's happening. Oh my goodness, big damage. Michael Waltrip. The 15 is destroyed, and oh, it was a classic restart glitch. Rusty Wallace, Michael Waltrip phased together at the same time as Sterling Marlin and Jamie McMurray, who go for quite the ride. Look at how high in the air Mikey and Rusty Wallace are with an insane glitch. Rusty literally lands on the nose of his car. McMurray has the bumper of Sterling Marlin wedged into the cockpit. What is going on here in Kansas? Absolutely the craziest Kansas race we have seen since we have started these simulations. Absolute madness here, which of course knocks all 4 of them out of the race. So we're going to get back underway here on lap 173. We're going to try it again one more time. 95 laps to go. Edwards, Gordon once again side by side for the race lead. Edwards been one of the dominant forces of this race for that Roush Racing team. Clears Jeff Gordon, who pulled off the strategy to get the stage 2 win, and is now just trying to hold on to track position. See there, the long list of course, Michael Waltrip, Jamie McMurray, Rusty Wallace, Sterling Marlin. Caution on the racetrack. The 19 of Jeremy Mayfield looks like he's had an issue, and indeed Mayfield got spun around. As you see the replay here in turn 1, his own teammate Casey Kane, the sophomore driver, takes out Jeremy Mayfield. Of course, one of your top contenders for the points lead early in the season, cleaned out by his own teammate here in Kansas. Drama in the Evernham camp as the caution comes out once again. It has been a wild start to this third and final stage of racing here in Kansas as Carl Edwards leads over Jeff Gordon. Now on the lap 222, going to be 46 to go. Edwards leading over Matt Kenseth back in second. Roush 1-2. Stewart back in third, trying to close in. Yellow caution on the racetrack again here with 46 to go. As we look to see what happened, looks like the 22 of Scott Wimmer got turned by Jimmy Johnson in turn 3. Jimmy Johnson running inside the top 10, trying to contend for a top 5 finish, fighting for the points lead. Dumps Scott Wimmer, and the 22 is done for the day, for at least being in contention. That is, he gets turned around by Jimmy Johnson. Caution out as Edwards leads Matt Kenseth as they negotiate Joe Nemechek and put him another lap down on the board. Tough season so far for Nemechek compared to last year, and it will be Edwards continuing to lead the way over Matt Kenseth here late in stage 3 in Kansas. As we get back underway here, it's going to be 41 to go, and here comes the outside lane out of nowhere. Ricky Rudd, Quaffle Labonte, and just like that, Matt Kenseth will pass Carl Edwards for the lead on the restarts. The whole inside lane was slowing down to let the outside lane catch up, and they just don't lift, and they fly by. Kenseth clear for the lead, Stewart into second, and Edwards just like that goes from the control car on the restart down to third place and has to scramble to get back up in contention. They've already got your Daytona 500 champion Travis Quaffle back, the amount of laps down he was, and Ricky Rudd looking about to go 2 laps down, trying to hang on to being only 1 lap down right now. But Rudd just doesn't have the pace that Matt Kenseth does, and that's 17 to Walt Ford. Can Kenseth break the winless streak? He leads with 40 to go here in Kansas over Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards. Stewart trying to become the 3rd multi-time winner here in Kansas, and that'll be, or this season that is, going to be the 3rd straight race where we've had someone crowned a multi-time winner this season. See Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon stuck back in traffic, a long road back to the front, but it is Kenseth clear for the lead as Edwards has the advantage over Stewart for second, but Stewart fighting back on the outside lane, going to make it tough for Edwards to clear him. But it is still Matt Kenseth leading with 39 remaining here in Kansas. Now just 11 to go. Edwards leads as they go by the 11 of Jason Leffler. The 11 of Denny Hamlin, making his NASCAR Next L Cup Series debut in that 11 car, trying to help out his teammate Tony Stewart, who gets to run on the outside lane, but he blocks Tony Stewart on the top. And here comes Edwards back on the bottom. Stewart leads the lap, but Edwards back on the inside lane as they go into 1 and 2. Hamlin trying to get out of the way and get up to Kevin Harvick up ahead. He blocks Edwards now. Stewart goes to the top, gets a bump from Kenseth. Hamlin now trying to get by Harvick. Edwards gets to the inside of the young Hamlin first, and now Carl Edwards will lead the way, as now Stewart makes the move on Matt Kenseth. Just 5 to go for second, trying to put himself in a position to beat Carl Edwards for the win like he did in stage 1, which would be unbelievable if he did it twice in the same race. But Carl Edwards in position to get his first career win, leading with just 5 laps to go in Kansas. Going by the lap cars. Got winner by his contact trouble. Matt Kenseth into the wall. He wrecks, pushing too hard to break the winless streak. And he chokes again. This time he runs right into the back of Jeff Green. And Kenseth just straight up wrecks himself out of contention. The caution is out. The race is over, as we're not going to be able to get this race restarted here in Kansas before the scheduled distance ends. So, therefore, Carl Edwards gets his first career Nextel Cup Series win in Kansas. Tony Stewart is second. Matt Kenseth heartbroken in third. Jeff Gordon fourth. Elliott Souther runs on the top 5. Then Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Casey Mears, Mark Martin, and Brian Vickers round out the top 10. How about that? Carl Edwards' first career win in the Cup Series here at Kansas, holding off Tony Stewart and Matt Kenseth in an incredible battle. And so he is now in the playoffs, joining his teammates. So like your updated playoff grid, of course, Carl Edwards becomes our third first-time winner this season, joining, of course, Travis Kvapil and Kyle Busch, each getting their first career wins in the first couple of races of the season. So Carl Edwards, our 10th different winner through just 12 races. Currently in on points, Jeremy Mayfield, Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, Casey Kane all have really good cushions at more than 30 above the cut line. Dave Blaney and Bobby Labonte still pretty solid, double-digit gaps over Mike Bliss, who's below the cut line by 21. Elliott Souther, Jeff Burton, Casey Mears, and Jeff Gordon looking on, trying to find their way into the chase for the Cup here later this season in the playoffs. We will find out in the next episode. And of course, as always, I would like to thank our channel members, which today so far is only Jeremy Isley. So shout out to Jeremy. Appreciate you being a member, man. And until next episode, I hope you all have a good one.